So PlayStation recently had a state of play that was 40 minutes plus and announced a slew of games. I can't get into all of them because A, this light is hot, and B, I would have you here for 30 minutes. And I know you guys got to do, you know what I'm saying? We got stuff to do, you know? So I'm only going to cover the games that caught my eye or that I'm really looking forward to. But before we get into that, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you watch another video. It tells the algorithm you want other people to watch the video. I would greatly appreciate it. First game up on the list is Stellar Blade. It comes to PS5 on April 26th, and it pissed some people off at Digital Foundry for saying that this game was a little bit too gratuitous and didn't look realistically to proportions of what women look like, when in reality the models look almost identical to what the models look like in terms of body. Of course, not the face and eyes, because the eyes are like huge, like anime version. But why can't we just enjoy things, guys? Let's just enjoy things. This game looks fun. This game looks like Nier Automata and Final Fantasy had a baby together, and it spit it everywhere with beautiful women, nice and looking environments, and fun gameplay. And if that is as far as it goes and the plot isn't very good, because to be honest with you, the only thing I got so far is that there's beautiful women in a post-apocalyptic world fighting monsters, and that's all I got from the trailer. I don't know what's going on. But also remember, there's nothing wrong with playing a game just because there's beautiful women, there's banging music, and there's fun gameplay in it. There's nothing wrong with that, and I'm not sure why Western reviewers are getting mad at that, when in reality we've had that for men for the longest time, where we have these ripped buff men that are just mowing down enemies at a time. This is the exact same thing, and it's no different. And I'm glad that we're getting a heavily focused woman game from South Korea, which looks like a lot of fun, and it caught my eye, and I hope it's really, really good. It is good to get more talent from different parts of the world. Next game that caught my eye that's been on PC and has very positive reviews on Steam, which is V Rising. You're a vampire that fights bosses and takes down enemies and sucks their blood and builds castle alongside with it. It is a top-down survival shooter vampire game, which what more do you want, really? At first I thought this was a Van Helsing game, but it's just a 100% hack and slash shooter vampire survival game, and it looks really, really fun. It looks like they took Dark Souls and Castlevania and they just threw it together, and it made this beautiful environment of V Rising. I can't wait for this game to come out. There's no specific date that this game is coming out, only confirmed that it's coming 2024, which more than likely means it's gonna come out during the summer or winter time. Okay, I have to admit it, it's gonna be a thing. I am a little bit when it comes to scary games, and I hardly ever play them. I'm gonna try to force myself to play them more. I've been gifted Dead Space, the remake, and I have yet to finish it because I am a little bitch, and this is true. Which brings me to the next survival horror game, which is Silent Hill Short Message, which, by the way, you can play right now on the PS5 and probably also on Xbox. They said that it would be available today or later today, so as you're watching this video, you can actually download it and play it after you watch this video. Watch the video first, so then you play the game. Dessert comes later, sir. And also, of course, they weren't gonna let you down like before, where they give you PT, the playable trailer, and not give you anything else. Silent Hill 2 is coming to PS5. And as far as exclusivity goes, there is a 12-month exclusivity, and then it will come to PC. It is not stated if it will come to the Switch or Xbox. It's probably going to be like a Final Fantasy VII remake kind of deal, where we'll see if it does or not, depending on what Sony did on the contract, you know, those money hat shenanigans. So we'll see. More than likely it will, but we don't know, and I don't want to say if there is or not. Again, I am a little when it comes to these games. It looks fun. It looks like they stayed true to what Silent Hill is in remaking this game and making it look good and keeping with the soul of the game of what it is. This looks like it's going to be a good remake the way Shadow of the Colossus was and other games like that. Silent Hill 2 is coming out later this year, and we're not told when it's coming out exactly. So again, it could come out in the next couple of months, it could come out in summertime, or it could come out in the fall. And my bet is going to come out in the winter time when it's gloomy and doomy, so that way you can get your ass scared while you are cold. So yeah. and I will be avoiding it like the plague. So Ken Levine has a new game that has been rumored for like the longest time, and we finally got an announcement to it. Goddamn, Ken Levine, it only took you like 6 years for this game to come out, but yeah, he is the creator of BioShock, and this game looks like a BioShock game, but only very futuristic and cyberpunk looking. The game is called Judas. It's coming out for the PS5 and for other platforms. I hate when PlayStation makes it seem like these games are coming out only for PlayStation 5 and it's like only production for PS5. Yeah, no, it's coming to other platforms. It just so happens to have the publishing rights on the PS5. Or I'm guessing that they do. This game looks like a lot of fun. I really had a lot of fun with BioShock Infinite. I consider it one of my favorite games from that generation. I really hope that the story is as amazing as Ken Levine's stories are usually, and I can't wait to play this game. I'm glad that Ken Levine has had success with his new studio, and I hope this game does really, really well. It's coming out later this year in 2024. And last but certainly not least, Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding 2 on the Beach coming to PS5 at 2025. You did not hear wrong. It is coming out in 2025, and there's no date to what day that game is coming out. So yeah, it could be at the end of 2025, the beginning of 2025, the middle of 2025. We don't know. More than likely it's gonna come out in the fall of 2025, but we'll see. This game is one of the weirdest games that I've ever played that Kojima has ever made. This game has this action scene of a guitar versus a sword, which kind of reminded me of Metal Gear Solid, where Raiden and Vamp are fighting, and then he like cuts up a bunch of Metal Gears. Yeah, he pretty much went full Kojima on this trailer, and it looks weird. It looks beautiful. The world seems to change as you walk and deliver things and connect the world instead of only the United States. And we find out more weird stuff about the Death Stranding world, which I am really looking forward to. And that wasn't it. He had one more surprise for all of us, and that was Kojima is working on a brand new AAA action espionage for the PlayStation 5. If you don't know, Hideo Kojima is famous for making the Metal Gear series, and that kind of revolutionized stealth action espionage games and kind of combined that gameplay and made it cinematic and made it to where these characters are like alive and like kind of movie-like. And yeah, so him doing this and returning to the genre really makes me excited. It's a brand new IP. It's nothing that he's made before, so unfortunately it more than likely isn't Metal Gear, which whatever. I mean, we can't get everything that we want, but it is going to be Hideo Kojima, so I can't wait to see what he does. We don't know when the game's coming out. This is more than likely going to be a PS6 game. I'm not going to lie to you, because Death Stranding 2 is not coming out till 2025, and it is rumored the PS5 Pro is coming out sometime later this year. So don't get your hopes up that game's going to come out for the PS5. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to lie to you. And they had one more announcement at the very end, which was that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth State of Play will be on February 6th, and they'll be having a whole State of Play covering just only Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is the sequel to Final Fantasy VII Remake. And yeah, that seems like a lot of fun. I still need to play the first game because my backlog is insane. Some honorable mentions is Rise of Ronin, which looks like a really cool, like, here's a little bit of Ghost of Tsushima before Ghost of Tsushima comes out. I'm pretty sure it's going to be its own game and fun within itself. There's also going to be Dave the Diver that's coming out in April, and also adding Godzilla on May, which, hey, when you throw Godzilla into anything, I am 100% right behind you. And also an Until Dawn remake coming to the PS5 and PC. And of course, the great Dragon's Dogma 2 is coming out. I've heard so many things. The fan base for Dragon's Dogma 2 is not to be with. Like, I don't think people understand how crazy these are. Like, I've seen people just like, you've never played Dragon's Dogma 2. It's like when people come into my chat, sometimes I'm like, Nicki Minaj is the greatest rapper of all time. And I'm like, whoa, hey, like, nobody was talking about Nicki. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. Like, that's the way Dragon's Dogma 2 people are, and I can't wait to see if it lives up to the hype, because if it is as good as they say it is, I really want to try it. They say it's Monster Hunter but better, so we will see how that goes. So thank you for watching. I would greatly appreciate if you could like, comment, and subscribe, and also again, watch another video if you've gotten this far. And remember, you are pretty